Now, having learnt all the basic terminology of straight lines, now we move to the main portion of straight line, that is, how do we find the equation of straight lines? Now, a slight knowledge of it you have already learnt in class 9th, where you said, when you studied pair of linear equations in two variables, that every linear equation in two variable represents a straight line. Every linear equation in two variables, and in here we can say in one variable 2, represents a straight line. That is, whenever we are given an equation in one or two variables and the equation is linear, then it always represents a straight line on the graph. It will always represent a straight line on the graph. Therefore, the general form of a straight line is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. If you look closely, we have two variables, x and y are variables, a, b, c are real numbers, or rather we can write constants. Now, how do we recognize whether our equation is a linear equation? By looking at the highest power of the variables. Now, the variables here are x and y, and what is their highest power? Their highest power is 1. Therefore, they represent linear equation in two variables. Why two variables? Because there are two variables, x and y. Now, case 1. Let's say if a is 0. Now, that is coefficient of x is 0. Therefore, our equation reduces to by plus c equals to 0, which means y is equal to minus c upon b. Minus c upon b can be written as, let's say, another constant k. Therefore, y is equal to k. Now, this is a linear equation in one variable. It represents a straight line. Parallel to x-axis. Now, k could be positive or negative. To understand this, let's see this on the graph. Let's say we have these coordinate axes and we have a line which is parallel to x-axis. Let's say this is your line which is parallel to x-axis, either above x-axis or below x-axis. Now, what do you find a particular characteristic in this? All the points that you take on this line, every point will be of the form x, y, and if you notice, this distance is constant and this distance tells you the y coordinate. Now, if this is constant, it means all the y coordinates of the points on the line would be same. Let's say this is k, this is k, this is k. If this distance is k, so what do we find? That for this line, y coordinate is what? K. Similarly, if this distance is, let's say, a, obviously this would be minus a because it is below x-axis. Therefore, all the coordinates on this line will have the y coordinate as what? A. Therefore, this line will be of this form, y is equal to a, and this is what we have written. Any line which is parallel to x-axis will be of the form y is equal to k. For example, if we write y is equal to 2, now it represents a line parallel to x-axis. Think of the other one. If it is x, think of y. Parallel to x-axis at a distance of 2 units above x-axis, because we are given positive 2 above x-axis. That is, we'll draw something of this sort. This is y is equal to 2. This is 0, 2 point. Similarly, let's say we have y is equal to minus 3. Now, what does this show? This is the line parallel to x-axis at a distance of 3 units. At a distance of 3 units below x-axis. So this is our case 1. Now case 2. Let's say b is 0. That is coefficient of y is 0. If coefficient of y is 0, therefore our equation reduces to ax plus c equals to 0. Therefore x is equal to minus cy. Minus cy is a constant. We can take it as, let's say, x. Again, x could be positive, x could be negative depending on the sign of a and c. Now this equation x is equal to k is a straight line parallel to y-axis at a distance of k units from the y-axis. That is, could be on the left side or could be on the right side. That is, if k is positive, then on the right side of y-axis, and if k is negative, on the left side of y-axis. Similarly, in the above case, we could have written, if k is positive, above x-axis, if k is negative, below x-axis. Now, if you look closely, again we'll draw a graph. A line which is parallel to y-axis will be of this type, either on the left side or on the right side. Let's say this is y-axis and this is x-axis. Now, if you take any point on this line, since this is constant, because these lines are what? Parallel. Therefore, if this distance is a, therefore all the x coordinates of these, all the x coordinates on this line would be what? A. Y could be anything, but the x coordinate will always be a. Therefore, the equation of this line is x is equal to a, where a is a constant. Similarly, the line would have been on the left side. Let's say this is k. So all the points lying on this line will have the x coordinate as what? K. The y coordinate could be anything. Therefore, the equation of this line would have been x is equal to k. Obviously, k would have been negative in this case. Therefore, as soon as, for example, if we write x equal to 2, it means it is a line parallel to y-axis. And on which side? Since 2 is positive, 1, 2, the line would be like this. This would be x is equal to 2. Similarly, had the line been x equal to minus 3, what do you understand? This is a line parallel to y-axis at a distance of 1, 2, 3, minus 3 on the left side. Y, x. This is x is equal to minus 3. Now, if we have both the lines, now there is a situation. Let's say we have this. Let's say this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis. Now, suppose this line is y is equal to 2. This is y is equal to minus 4. This is x is equal to 3. And let's say this is x equal to minus 5. Therefore, all the points on this line, all the y coordinate of this point is what? 2. Therefore, what is the coordinate of this point? What is the y coordinate of this point? Obviously 2. Similarly, all the y coordinates on this line are what? 4, minus 4. Therefore, what is the coordinate of this point? Y coordinate of this point? Minus 4. Similarly, what is the y coordinate of this point? Obviously 2. And what is the y coordinate of this point? Minus 4. Similarly, all the points lying on this line will have the x coordinate as what? Minus 5. Therefore, what is the coordinate of this point? X coordinate? Minus 5. What is the x coordinate of this point? Minus 5. Similarly, all the points lying on this line will have the x coordinate as 3. Therefore, what is the x coordinate of this point? 3. And what is the x coordinate of this point? 3. So, therefore, we can find the coordinates of the point of intersection of these parallel lines. If you are asked to find the point of intersection of the parallel lines, opposite pair of parallel lines, you can find the coordinates using this concept.